Oh man, here we go again, Fortnite. Another video about whether or not the game is going to die. Now, the last time I made a video like this was around a year ago for Apex Legends, and well, I'd say Fortnite definitely hasn't died, but it has slowed down tremendously over the last 6 to 8 months. Now, this is due to several different reasons. Maybe players are getting bored, they want to move on to new or older games just because they're tired of Fortnite. Understandable, right? And then there's a few reasons that we blame Fortnite for. Epic Games doing a really bad job at communicating with their community and giving us updates that we are asking for and then giving us updates we aren't asking for. As well as that, Epic Games, a lack of events and professional tournaments for players to compete in and for esports organizations to take part in. We recently seen Fnatic drop their entire Fortnite roster, and then yesterday Gambit Esports also doing the same thing. Probably because we haven't had an official Epic Games Fortnite event in over 5 months, guys. Think about that. The last major tournament was the Fortnite Championship Series Squads, which started way back in October. Now, in that time, we did have the Winter Royale Duos event and some Cash Cups, but I can't remember playing a Cash Cup since mid-January. There's been so much downtime, and we also haven't had a major LAN event in so long. The last one was the Fortnite World Cup, which, by the way, the Fortnite World Cup qualifiers were announced by this time last year. We're already over a week late. Now, these are all reasons why Fortnite is slowing down. Now, the big question was last year, will Apex Legends kill Fortnite? And I answered that question very simply by saying no. If anything kills Fortnite, it's going to be Fortnite, and well, it looks like I might have been right. Let's go ahead and just roll one of those clips real quick, just so we can see that we're still having the same exact issues that we had over a year ago in our community. Roll the video. But I do not think they deserve the credit for killing Fortnite if it does happen. I believe that the credit for killing Fortnite should be given to Epic Games. I mean, just think about it. How many times have you been on Twitter recently and have seen a major streamer or a huge professional player in Fortnite just complaining? We have so many issues right now, so many overpowered items, Deagle, Dynamite, Redeploy. We don't even have an interaction with ziplines yet. Apex Legends has that, and the game just came out. There's no ranked mode. Guess what? Apex Legends is already teasing it. Apparently it was leaked out of their files that they will have a ranked mode. There's so many audio issues in Fortnite. Floor loot is absolutely terrible. You can't find shields anywhere, and then the in-game lag is ridiculous. You can't even watch a pro player stream scrims because half the games end up in lag. And of course, the RPG right now is just absolutely disgustingly broken. So if anything is killing Fortnite, in my opinion, it's Fortnite. Now, I don't want to spend this whole video crapping on Fortnite because honestly, the game is still good and it's still well alive. And with these recent numbers coming out from CSGO showing that they have broken the record for their most concurrent players ever in the history of CS? Well, that's pretty big, right? But the thing is, it's only 916,000 players. And a really popular esports enthusiast, Slasher, tweeted this out. CSGO has just again broken its all-time record for peak concurrent players in a game. And also, IEM Katowice has huge viewership with over 500,000 concurrent viewers, even without a crowd. Counter-Strike, a game more than 20 years old, is more popular now than ever. Now, congratulations to CSGO and anybody who enjoys that game, but the thing is, and this is crazy, I know, I was shocked when I saw this. You can look at this past weekend's duo test event. The European region itself had over 1.1 million players competing in that duo test event, which was a span of 3 hours, and I can almost guarantee you there was at least a point in that 3-hour span where over 1 million of those guys were playing at the same time, probably at the start. And let's remember a few things. This was just the European region, guys. Just the European region, not the North American players, not the Asian players, not anybody, not Oceania, just Europe, hitting 1.1 million players competing in this duos event. And I know there's probably going to be people commenting, oh, it was only 550,000. That's 550,000 duos. You need a partner. That's 2 times 2, over 1 million, okay? And the second thing we have to remember is, oh my god, it's literally a limited duos test event. There's no money on the line. It's just play and compete because you like to compete, and we were still able to have over 1.1 million players in Europe alone. I have to imagine with all the other regions, we at least got to 2 million playing in this tournament. And think about that now. The day for CSGO, there was a major event. Everybody was playing that day. It was a Sunday. and they peaked at 916,000 concurrent. There's no way Fortnite isn't hitting over that every single Sunday. So to answer your question, Fortnite is not dying because of CSGO. But hey, there's this new game on the rise called Valorant from Riot Games, who's actually been developing this game for 6 years. And they have promised to provide a long-lasting FPS game that is very similar to a CSGO and Overwatch mix. And to be honest, personally, I'm hyped about it. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a great game from somebody who has a background of FPS, literally Overwatch, and then of course other FPS games I've played over my life. This game looks great and promising. And then the fact that the developers are Riot Games, who are known, literally known in League of Legends for providing an amazing esport and competitive environment with incredible updates where they listen to the community. I'm honestly already sold, because if you look at their history and what they've done with League of Legends, they have the great track record. League of Legends is like the poster boy of esports. For me personally, if there was a game out there that I wish I could be a pro at the highest level, it would be League of Legends, man. So I am excited and ready to give Valorant a good try, but that doesn't answer the question of whether or not Valorant will kill Epic Games and Fortnite. And I think we need to go back and talk about that limited duos event that was ran, where they had over 1.1 million players competing. And let's face it, reality is that if Epic Games comes out in a week or two, or maybe even a month, and announces that they're having another $100 million plus World Cup, you can bet your butt that every single pro player who was thinking about switching from Fortnite to Valorant is not going to switch, with the exception of the pro players that are just really fed up with the game and haven't placed well. But any young player who has competitive drive for this game and thinks they are good is going to continue grinding and playing Fortnite for that money. They are not going to switch over to Valorant. And then we all must realize that Valorant is going to be a brand new game. There is not going to be an esports system set in place instantly. It is going to take time to build. For example, look at Overwatch. Overwatch was out for 2 years before Overwatch League happened. And trust me, I played during those times as a pro, and it was a struggle. And for that second year before the Overwatch League came out, I was in a top 4 North American team the entire time. But for only 4 of those 12 months, I was actually signed to a pro team getting salary. For the other months, we were free agents playing under Kungarna. So while I definitely see Valorant becoming a giant esport in the future, it will take time to develop, especially considering the beta isn't even out. So no, Valorant is not going to kill Fortnite. It's not even gonna come close to it. There is so many differences between the games. We also have to look at this. I highly doubt that Valorant is going to be able to capture the young audience that Fortnite has captured and pretty much has sold. Because guess what? I bet a lot of you guys who watch my videos are a part of that audience who loves the game and hasn't complained about much. You love the updates. It's just the high level competitive scene and also some of the really big content creators that have hated the updates recently. I see you guys in my comments. I see you guys hyping up Fortnite and saying that you still love the game. And I highly doubt they're going to be able to capture you guys, because guess what? A lot of you guys are console players. And Valorant, I mean, it doesn't seem like the type of game that's going to go console. For example, Overwatch, not on console. I think they're on Switch, but let's be honest, you need to go Xbox and PlayStation, as well as CSGO. Not on Xbox or PlayStation. So if they do even want a chance to touch Fortnite, they need to go for that young audience and console players. Which is definitely not going to be easy, because let's be honest, Fortnite really draws to that young audience. The cartoon theme, which I do not see in Valorant, and then of course the skins, and I do not think Valorant will be able to do the skins on the same level as Epic Games does. But one thing I will say is Valorant will be free to play, and League of Legends is clearly dominating, so we could see it. There's a chance it could overtake Fortnite in maybe 2 to 3 years, but that's way out of the realm to talk. I'm pretty sure everybody's just worried about this year for Fortnite. Will it die? The answer is no. And if Fortnite does ever die, as I said in my previous video, it's going to be Fortnite's fault 100%. And like I said before, the reality of the situation is that Fortnite's still thriving. 1.1 million players competing in a limited duos event just in Europe. That's ridiculous. So the fact that that's still going on, as soon as this World Cup qualifier stuff comes up, you already know there's going to be millions of players across several different regions competing for that big prize. I know Booga said in one of my videos recently that he doesn't think there's going to be a World Cup, but why on God's earth wouldn't there be? Epic Games is still cashing in big time on skins. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They can easily put $100 million, and if not 100, at least $50 million in another Fortnite World Cup, which I guarantee will happen. Now that is going to be the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, go to my Twitch stream. We're live right now, and we're actually holding Fortnite custom games for Congarna. Link is down below. Come check it out, guys. If you have any questions about joining Congarna, I'll be able to answer them there. And if you just want to play in scrims and customs, come play, guys. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to drop a like on it. Be sure to subscribe. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.